Hi, this is an introduction to the course Programming with Excel and VBA. My name is Cynthia Brown, and I'm a professor at Portland State University in Portland, Oregon. So the goals of this course are for you to learn general problem-solving skills and methods and apply them in a process for developing computer and spreadsheet applications. So you're both going to learn a general approach to problem solving and some specific tasks of how to apply those skills in the framework of Excel and VBA. We're going to focus on logical expressions, and you'll learn how to manipulate those and learn them to direct the behavior of spreadsheets and programs. And also, of course, for other applications like database queries, for example. Then we're going to look at other types of programming concepts like sequential, selective, modular, and repetitive task processing. And again, we'll look at those in the context of Excel and VBA. So you're going to enhance several of your skill sets here. Problem-solving skills, which you'll get a chance to apply, and we're going to look at how to organize yourself and prepare to solve a relatively complex problem. Of course, you're going to enhance your Excel skills. You'll learn to use some of the more advanced features of Excel to avoid repetitive tasks and build truly awesome spreadsheets. The logic skills I already talked about. They're useful in Excel and plenty of other situations. And of course, the programming skills. And even if you don't like programming, which some people don't, and you never use it again after this course, you'll still gain enough familiarity to be much more comfortable in situations where you have to talk to software developers and understand their issues. Now, we're not going to learn everything about Excel. There's way too much. In fact, there are books as fat as phone books, you know, like New York phone books, that cover Excel, and they're not exhaustive. But what you will learn is enough so that you have the fundamentals, and when you want to learn another topic, you'll be able to figure it out on your own. And we're, of course, not going to learn everything about programming. This is just an introduction. But you will learn enough that if you want to go on and continue improving your skills as a programmer, you have the equivalent of a first course in programming, and you can continue with the second course, which at Portland State is CS 162. Now, when we're talking about learning things, as I did in the prior slides, there are a lot of different things we could mean. There are different levels of learning. And in fact, a man named Benjamin Bloom was in charge of a group in the 1950s that analyzed and classified the different types of learning. And they came up with 6 major categories. So for those who are interested, I put some materials on the following slides. I'm not going to go over them, but you'll have the handouts. So this is called Bloom's Taxonomy, and the basic categories are knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Now, to be able to use knowledge, you have to at least get to the application stage. So here's an example. At the basic knowledge stage, let's apply this to grammar. At the basic knowledge stage, I could recite some rules of grammar, but when I'm actually writing something, I might not be able to apply them. I still might write ungrammatically. At the comprehension stage, I understand the rules well enough to be able to explain them in my own words, so I'm not just repeating back what someone's told me. The application stage is where I can actually use the rules of grammar to write something grammatically. Okay, so that's the stage we want to get to. How do we do that? Well, I like to compare this to learning to ride a bicycle. You could read all you want about learning to ride a bicycle, and you could watch me ride up and down all, for hours, but you actually have to get on the bicycle to learn how to ride it. And likewise, to learn how to design processes and to learn how to do these operations in Excel that we're talking about, you have to actually do it. So in the course, it's divided into modules. And in each module, there's some theory you'll study, and then typically there's a set of exercises to help you understand and absorb the theory. And then you're going to have a project to work on where you apply the theory. Now, the information is progressive and it's cumulative, so the later lessons assume that you've done the earlier ones. Don't try to skip ahead. Also, it takes time to absorb and internalize the ideas. So you can't wait till the last minute and then do 3 weeks worth of work in 1 week. For most people, it's not going to be productive because it's going to take you some time to do the exercises, to do the projects, to actually absorb the information. So be aware of that. Now, in order to do the work, you're going to need access to a version of Excel. If you're on Windows, it's Excel 2010. If you're on the Mac, it's Excel 2011. On Windows, you can get away with the prior version. It's not too different, and if you have the, if you don't mind compensating for some minor differences in terms of what we're showing versus what's on your computer, you'll be okay. In terms of the Mac, you really need the latest version. We'll make an effort to make all the materials we put out there compatible with both platforms. Where there are differences, we'll point them out, and some materials will be presented for one platform only where, there's only minor differences or we've already covered them. Now, here are the topics we're going to cover. There's the general problem solving first. Then we're going to look at naming things and the concept of scope. Then we'll cover logic and conditionals, procedures and functions, repetitions and loops. We'll talk about working with files and working with arrays, and then we'll get into algorithms, and we'll finish up with some selected Excel topics. So good luck, have fun with everything. All the materials you need will be posted on the course website, and everything we use, all the examples I show, and so on, are also posted there. Okay, so good luck with everything and have fun.